we are going to simplify the square root of 64 times x to the fifth. Assume x is the positive quantity. Recall, when we have the square root of the positive quantity square, the result is that positive quantity. In our case, we are going to write the factors in the form of the power 2, and then use the property square root of a times b equals square root a times square root b to simplify further. Let's get started. For the value 64, it is 8 to the second power, or 8 squared. And for the quantity x to the fifth, if you recall, x to the fifth means x multiply itself 5 times, or there are 5 factors of the x. We can rewrite it as every 2 factors of x as the x squared. Then we have x squared times x squared times x to represent x to the fifth. And next, we just use the property square root of the product is the product of the square root, which means square root of 8 squared multiplied by square root of x squared multiplied by square root of x squared and multiplied by square root x. For the square root of the quantity square, we'll give the result as the quantity inside of the square root. That means we have 8 times x, and the last factor remain the same as square root x. The simplified expression for this problem is 8 multiplied by x squared multiplied by square root x, or 8 times x squared times square root x.